forward to this.
What's up everyone, how's it going? So there's a few news updates to go over regarding a lot of hero changes that are coming soon to Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now I believe these are all coming in this April update, which is I believe March 24th. That was on the roadmap that just got released, but I guess they took it down a few hours later, so it's not 100% confirmed that the 24th is when this update will be released, but as of now, that's the only date that we have so far. So like I said earlier, there's a whole ton of hero changes that are supposed to come with this update, and thanks to Charlemagne, or Jay, he actually made a whole list of them, so it's a lot easier for us to read, so we don't have to scroll all through of the hero designer's tweets. So thank you, Jay, for doing that. It makes it a lot easier. So let's go over probably my favorite one on this list, and that is that Yoda and Darth Maul are getting blocks. This is something a lot of people were speculating about, as well as talking about and requesting for quite a while now, especially after the release of Anakin. It made Darth Maul pretty underpowered in my opinion, because he just had no way to counter Anakin. But actually recently, an animation file was found in the game, and someone actually put it on Darth Maul. I think it was Dylan Rocket if I'm correct, so I will put that video up right now, and I'm sure it's a work in progress. It's not 100% complete, but it is the animations of him using his block. So all credit goes to Dylan Rocket for this video. The link will be in the description below if you guys want to check the full thing out. It's pretty cool looking. It's kind of stuttery at the moment, kind of jaggy, but like I said, it is not 100% complete, so I'm curious to see how the finished product looks. That's probably the best thing on this list in my opinions, but the next one, it says we are looking at the overall functionality of Boba Fett's jetpack. Now, I don't use Boba Fett too much in this game. It's not that I don't like him. He's really cool, but I'm just not that good with using him, and I have heard through a lot of people that his jetpack does have a lot of issues, so it is good for those Boba Fett players that they are looking into that. The next one is that they're looking at adjusting Yoda's and Vader's jump heights. This is really cool to hear. If you don't remember earlier, I think it was like June or something, they actually increased the length of Yoda's dash, so he can move around pretty quickly now. So it's good to see that they are looking to increase the jump height for Yoda, because right now his height isn't that far up. I mean, he can't even get over most rocks on Geonosis, so it is kind of an issue. But for Darth Vader's, I thought his was always fine, so I'm surprised they're actually looking into that. But then the next thing on this list is my second favorite, and that is that there is a lot of bug fixes on the way. So that's really good news. The heroes, as fun as they are, there's so many bugs with them, so I hope most of them, about 95% of them, are fixed with this update, because most of these bugs have just been in for so long now, and I really do hope they improve General Grievous's abilities, because they still have a lot of problems with the animations, and then they glitch out quite a lot, so I'm hoping they do fix 95% of them. But then the next one, it says they reduce the effectiveness of Yoda's presence on troopers while still keeping it useful, so they are gonna nerf his presence ability, but that's okay because he is getting a block. Now I'm wondering how they're going to implement the block with the Yoda's presence ability, because with that ability you use the left trigger to charge it up, and then you use the left bumper to actually activate it, so I'm wondering what they're going to replace that button with. I'm sure we'll find out soon. The next one on the list, it says they are improving Chewbacca's charge slam. I'm assuming that means the amount of damage it does, and then it says in parentheses, also looking at his overall health if adjustments are required. So that's good news. Chewbacca was super overpowered in Heroes vs. Villains for a while, but then they nerfed him, but the problem was they nerfed him too much, so now he's just super weak and just not useful at all. I never see him in Capital Supremacy, like just no one wants to use him just because he's not that good, and he gets killed pretty quickly, so that's good news. The next one, it says that Vader and Maul not being able to be pushed while choking enemies, so that is also good, because you would force choke Luke, and then Luke would immediately force push back, and then you both would just go flying around. I'm assuming that's what they're fixing. It looks like Darth Maul is going to be pretty powerful after he gets updated. The next one, it says they're going to fix Grievous not being able to be pushed while using Unrelenting Advance. Now, that's probably his worst ability. It's probably one of the worst abilities in the whole game, because it's just so useless. And yeah, he can get force pushed, so basically you're just stuck in this animation, and then you can't really move around. There's no way to counter the force push, so I'm really happy they are looking into that. I actually made a post a while back on Reddit that got quite a lot of upvotes, so a lot of people were requesting to have him be immune to force pushes. The next ability, this is going to be good for those wanting an Anakin nerf, and it says Anakin's Passionate Strike will not knock you down. Basically, he has like 3 abilities that can just fly you around, but then he uses the Passionate Strike, it knocks you down, you're stuck in an animation, but what it's supposed to do is just take away your block, so I'm assuming that's the only thing it's going to do now, so that you're still able to move around and not completely vulnerable to damage. The next one is again about Anakin, and it says that they are currently looking at the range of Anakin's Retribution because right now it is pretty far out. I think the hero designer said it's over 2 meters, or maybe it was Jay that said that, and that's just way too big of an area to try and avoid, especially if you're a hero. There's nothing you can do about it. So it is good to see that they are looking at that. And then the final one is they are investigating passive health on kill for heroes. So basically the health on kill is a star card right now, and a lot of people have been requesting just make it a passive thing that just comes as you play the hero, and it's not, doesn't take up a whole star card space, because at the moment I'm really only using one unique star card, because on all the heroes I have the extra health on kill and then the one that increases the maximum health. So really, since you can only have 3, 2 of them are taken up by health cards. So it is good to see that they are looking into that, and it's something a lot of people are talking about. The only thing I really want from that after they make it passive is that there's no special health on kill. So like Yoda, to get health on kill you have to use his presence ability, and then Captain Phasma, you have to use her staff strike, which is just horrible. I mean, I know they fixed it a little bit, so it's kind of good now, but it's still not that great. So having to use those to get health on kill, it just makes them kind of weak. Now I do understand that they do have an ability that buffs them a little bit, but it's still really underpowered. So I hope they change it to where all heroes get health on kills with whatever weapon they use. Doesn't matter if it's an ability or like a lightsaber or a blaster, not specific to an actual ability. So that's all we know right now about the hero changes that are coming. There's quite a lot, and like I said, these are planned to be coming in this month's update. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure and leave a like. Let me know what you think about all these changes, and then what hero changes you are actually wanting to see still that are not on this list. So if you're new, be sure and subscribe for more Star Wars news, gameplay, and more, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one.